Hey guys, welcome to weight training number 17. Today we're going to focus on abs, back, and calves. So starting off with a deadlift in row, you want to make sure your legs are about hip distance apart, knees are soft, so slight bend in the knees. From there you're going to hinge at the hips, bring the weight forward till about ankle length. From there you're going to squeeze the glutes, press yourself up, so think about pushing through your heels, activating your glutes and engaging your abs to come up to standing. From there again, you're going to hinge and lean about halfway down this time for a row. 2 sets of 15 reps, and you want to use a heavy weight here. So as you're going through these movements, make sure that you're not letting the weight pull you down and round your back forward. You want to make sure your shoulders stay back, your back is flat, your chest stays lifted, and your lungs open. Really focus on the movement. As you give me a row, really think about activating your back. If you need to, you could even pause at the top if you want to feel that contraction. But make sure you're not just lazily or sloppily going through this movement. Otherwise, you're not going to get any benefit from it. We're really trying to focus on strengthening our core here. So after you take about 30 seconds rest, you're going to move into your second set. Starting with the deadlift and shifting right into the row. That combination of a deadlift and row equals 1 rep. Again, 15. Keep going. So as you're lowering into the deadlift, you want to think about moving a little bit slower. As you're going to come back up to standing, that's where you really want to pop up to the top, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. That's where you're going to get a nice deep contraction. And by your back maintaining a nice flat position and your abs staying in tight, you're really going to work your core here as well. That's why it's very important to not let your shoulders round forward. Keep it up, almost through it. We're going to build upon this next. So once we get through this, we're going to move on to a single deadlift and a wide row. Almost there. So if you need to change weights, go ahead and change your weights up. So starting with the right leg as our anchor, you're going to give me a single leg deadlift. Lower back down again halfway for a wide row this time. So on that single leg deadlift, if you don't have as good of balance, you can always just keep that back foot down for support. If you have better balance and you want to challenge yourself a little bit further, the back foot's not going to be working, but you can let it raise up as you lower down into that deadlift. And then for the row, again, it's a wide row, so the elbows come out to the side this time. Working a little bit deeper into the lats. 2 sets of 12 reps. It's okay if you lose your balance, just do your best to kind of get right back into it. And at this point, your back might start to feel it. If you're already feeling it, you might be getting sore at this point. Just try to push through. And again, modify where you need to. Almost through the set. So take your 30-second breather. And then moving into our second set. And start in a nice strong position. So as you can see, as I sat up for that position, I made sure my shoulders were pulled down and back. Back was flat, abs were pulled in tight, and there was a soft bend in the knee. So you don't want to lock your knees here. Keep a nice soft knee. Pressure in the heels. Again, your glutes are driving the movement of the deadlift, but a lot of the control is coming from your back and from your abs, so your entire core is working here. Focus on that. Try to harness it, use it to your benefit. That's where you're going to get the most out of this workout. You guys are almost there. We're going to switch sides after this. So moving to the other side. Again, set up. And let's go. And that's 1, 2, keep going. 3, nice job. 4. You guys have got this. If you want to sculpt a nice booty, get a nice strong back. This is how you're going to do it. Just keep pushing through. Again, if you lose your balance, just do your best to try to get right back into it. Try not to fall over. And then if you want, set your weights down in between sets. Take about 30 seconds rest. And here we go on the second set. Again, 12 reps. Remember, wide row. Keep that back as flat as you can. Squeeze your abs in tight. Keep going. You're almost there. Next, we're going to bring the focus to our abs, and we're going to need a stability ball. If you don't have a stability ball, you can always just do your sit-ups on the mat, but the stability ball does add another element to it. It makes it a little bit more challenging. All right, so let's go ahead and set our weight down. If you have a stability ball, go ahead and grab your ball. So start by putting your butt on the ball. Scoot forward until your low back is supported. Knees should be bent, knees wide, knees pointed forward. From there, you're going to lean back. You don't want to completely arch over the ball. You just want to go until you have a nice flat back. And then from there, you're going to squeeze all the way up. So we have 2 sets of 25 reps. Keep going, you're almost there. Remember to exhale as you come up, inhale as you come down. Don't pull on your neck. Your hands are just lightly placed behind the head for support. Try to keep your elbows wide. Try not pulling them completely in front of your face. That's again going to help avoid pulling your neck up. And maybe take about 10 to 20 seconds rest in between. So second set of 25. So this weight training workout isn't too long. This is a pretty good workout to include on a busy day. So again, if you want to get some good weight training in, but you know you don't have a ton of time to work with, you can always do this. If you want to make your day a bit more intense, you can split this up with a cardio hit. So again, try your best to stick to our schedule, but you know, if that doesn't work with your personal schedule, just do what you can. Get one of these workouts in your day. Whatever's going to fit, whatever's going to give you the most benefit. Don't just say, I have a busy day, so I don't have time. You can always make at least 5 minutes time, so try to do something. So our next exercise, you're going to need a bench, or you can even still use your stability ball to keep your feet elevated. From there, you're going to give me a sit-up and twist. So it's a little more challenging. You're going to feel kind of gravity fighting you here. Just do your best to keep pushing through. We're doing 3 sets of 12 reps. So once you've done 12 reps, take about 10 seconds rest, and then move into your second set. Keep going. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you come down. Do your best to keep your feet planted, but if you can't do so, just try to keep your legs straight. Try to avoid completely letting your legs or your knees flail all over the place. So a good modification, if you can't do that, is to bring your opposite knee to the opposite elbow. You can still start with the feet elevated. This is going to help you build up to the more advanced movement. But if you can do the advanced movement, don't skimp out. Try to push. After this, we're going to leave the abs alone, and we're going to focus on our calves. So, moving on, set your stool aside. Moving on to standing calf raises. I'm using my weight plate as a little ledge. If you have a box, or again, if you want to use a stool, anything like that, you can do that. If you don't have anything, you can just do this on the mat. So here you actually do want to lock your knees. By that I just mean legs are nice and straight. So think about pressing your legs as straight as possible, maintaining that position. From there, you're going to let the heels dip down, press through the balls of the feet, engage the calves to squeeze all the way up. So it helps to kind of pause at the top. You'll really feel that contraction, and just to hold it is going to help intensify the movement. 2 sets of 15 reps. So take about 20 seconds rest, and then move into your second set. Again, 15 reps. Nice, strong, solid reps here. Don't rush through it. Keep going. Almost through the set. And then if you really want to intensify on that last rep for each set, you could try to hold it up for a few seconds. So now we're going to move on to seated calf raises. I'm using my bench to sit on. I'm placing a weight plate on my legs for added resistance, so this is just going to amp it up a little bit more for the calves. From there, legs are a couple inches apart. Again, pressing into the balls of the feet. You want to engage your calves as you do so. And again, kind of pause at the top, slowly release, pause, release, pause at the top, and release. 2 sets of 15 reps. Maybe take about 10 seconds rest this time, and then move into your second set of 15 reps. We only have one more exercise to go after this, and then we'll move on to a stretch. Next, we're going to bring the focus to our back again. We have a Superman lat pull coming up. So go ahead and set your weight down. Grab some light weights. I'm using 3 pounds here. So legs and arms out, belly on the mat. You're going to lift into a Superman lift, and then from there, you're going to draw your elbows back to the side of your waist for a lat pull. Press back out and lower to start. That's 1 rep, 2 sets of 10. Keep going, lift up as high as you can. If you have a stronger back, you might be able to lift all the way up. That's awesome. If you're not as strong, you may only lift a couple inches. Just do your best. You want to make sure you feel the back engage. If doing this with weights is a little bit too much for you, if you feel like it's impinging your shoulders, I would eliminate the weight and just do this body weight. So for this one, maybe 5 to 10 seconds rest. You really don't need much in between sets. And then you can move on to your second set of 10 reps. So we're almost to the end. Almost there, guys. All right, so let's just shift back into a stretch and just go right into a nice child's pose from there. So knees are wide, toes together. Sink your hips onto your heels. Press your forehead to the mat. Arms are straight overhead. Palms pressed into the mat. Now from an all-fours position, just move through a cat-cow stretch. So arching the back, bringing the chin into the chest. As you exhale, and when you inhale, you're going to press your belly into the mat. Roll your shoulders back, open the lungs. So just do that a few times, back and forth, with each breath just moving. And then when you're ready, we're going to shift back into a down dog. And you can alternate bending your knees and just pressing some of the tension out of the hamstrings, working to straighten the legs. Shift forward through plank and chaturanga into up dog, leaving any tension from the hips, hamstrings, back, hip flexors, everything. And then again, back into your child's pose. Back into a down dog. Jump your feet up. Hang out in forward fold. And let's twist. Just opening one arm up, twisting to the side. Switching sides. Then flat back. Back down to the mat for forward fold. Now reach all the way up, arms overhead. Arch the back if you'd like. Take a good deep breath here. Now just bring your butt down to the mat. So we're just going to bring the legs overhead for plow pose. It's a really intense stretch for your back. Feel it all the way down. So just gently work into it with however flexible you are, wherever you're at with your stretches. Just gently work into that. It's a really good relief for all that tension that we just built up. When you're ready, you can come on out. You guys are done. Great job today.